Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Julie Mann. I'm also known as the Habit Fixer, and I love helping women to regain their mojo and age well. And I do that with EFT, which is a really simple tapping technique, nutrition, skincare, and digital products. And today you're in for a little bit of a treat because I've got a guest. Her name is Jude Wharton. Let me get that right, Jude. And she's the co-founder of Ready Steady Websites. Such a great name. And today, Jude's going to be talking about 3 habits to get more clients. And I can't wait to hear what you got to say, Jude. So I'm going to hand straight over to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so this is one of these things where I could have talked about it. There could have been millions of habits, I feel, that I could have talked about today, but I have narrowed it down to 3 to help you work on your website in a way that is going to make it much more likely to bring in those clients. And the first one is to plan your website. Now, whether that is you are starting from scratch with a new website, or whether you are making some changes and some tweaks to your website, planning is so important, and especially really when it comes to making those changes and tweaks, because I so often see websites that start off looking nice with a really clear message, with really clear call to actions, with a really nice flow so people can find things really easily. And then people think, oh, well, I'm doing this now. And actually, oh, I've changed this and I want to add this in. And maybe if I just pop this in as well. And the website starts to get very cluttered. The user experience is nowhere near as good. Suddenly, there are so many menu items up there because so many pages have been added. People can't find things as easily. So it's really important to plan your changes, to still think about the user experience you're giving your website visitors, your potential customers and clients when they come to your website, to make sure that you're not doing that, to make sure that you aren't making it just a big mess of everything kind of being thrown in everywhere. And a great way to do that with planning a website is to use post-it notes. There are so many like website planning tools out there, so many bits of software you can use to create website sitemaps, but actually just writing down the pages that you want to have on your website, a little note of the content that's going to be on each page so you can think about how it flows nicely, and sticking it up on a wall and just thinking, okay, how is that going to flow, and how many clicks is my website visitor going to have to go through to get to the content they want to see or to get to the action they want to take? Does that feel like it's nice and quick and easy for them? And you can move the post-its around, like look at the order of the main menu, think, does that work? Am I putting the things first that are going to be the key things to make them take the right actions to get them to become a client or a customer of mine? So using those post-it notes, actually going through that planning process when you're making bigger changes, is really, really important for maintaining that really good customer experience on your website. So that's my first tip around planning. That's your good habit there. Your second good habit to get into is to add regular useful content to your website. Now, there are a few reasons for this. The first thing is that the first time people come to your website, they are unlikely to go, yes, I want to work with them or buy from them straight away. They are going to have a look. They're going to go and do their research. They're going to think about it a bit. They're going to pop back again in a week or so, have another look at you, see what they think. And if when they come back for that second or that third visit to your website, they see something new there, it shows that you are being proactive in your business. It shows that, you know, you're currently working, and it gives a better impression. So the types of new content that is really good to add are new testimonials. They're especially good when you are focusing on getting those new customers and clients, because it shows that how proactive you are, that you are working in your business, that other people are saying fantastic things about what you do and not just yourself. You haven't got those 3 same testimonials on there all the time. There is constantly nice new things being said about you that you can put on your website. Other good content to put on there is like useful blog posts that actually answer questions that that your potential customers or clients are likely to have. Things that they can read and really get a sense of your knowledge and expertise in the area that you work in, that will make them think, yeah, they know what they're talking about. I want to work with them. So that's really good as well. And case studies as well, to really, especially if you are working with a client, maybe it's an ongoing process, maybe it's a certain type of therapy that you do, or what you do is a very technical thing, and it's really useful for your potential customer to see actually the processes you go through and how it works to get them to their end goal. It's really good to use case studies, because again, they can really understand the process, get a sense of what it's like to work with you, and feel more inclined to do it. So getting into the habit of adding that new regular content to your website is really, really important. And I would say that at a minimum, you want to be adding something new once a month. And that isn't just because there's nice, fresh content for somebody to look at, but also it helps with your website being found. If you keep putting something new on there for Google to index, it just reminds Google that you're there. They're more likely to serve you up as the website to answer the questions that people are typing in. So it's a really, really good habit to get into, that one. And another one that's really good to do, my third habit for you to get into, is to review your analytics regularly. We have Google Analytics on all of our websites. Some website platforms that you might use will have their own analytics, but it is really important to have analytics on your website. And I know that some platforms with their free plans, they don't use analytics, which is one of the reasons I always say you shouldn't go for a free plan. If this is your business, it's really important you treat it as such, you invest in it, and you get a website that has analytics. And the kind of things you want to be looking for on your analytics are where your traffic has come from. So if you are seeing on your analytics that all of your traffic is coming from, I don't know, 3 people that you work with as referral partners, they are like you, then you can see that they're your top referral partners and they are sending a lot of people to you, and you can see that it's them because they've got a link that they're using. Then you know that it's worth doing more and more work with those referral partners to get more and more people coming to you. If you can see that loads of your traffic is coming from Pinterest, but nothing's coming from Facebook or Instagram, then you know that maybe don't spend lots of time creating content for Facebook and Instagram. Still have a presence there, still pop something on there every so often, because there might still be people looking for you there, but put more effort into Pinterest and get more traffic coming from Pinterest. So that's a really useful way of using your analytics to see where your traffic is coming from and see where it's worth spending your time to send people to your website. But also have a look at where people are spending their time once they're on your website. If you are putting regular blog posts out there, which are the most popular ones? Which are the ones being read? Is there a common theme through those popular blog posts? Are you seeing that it's a certain type of content or a certain type of topic that is most popular? Then you know it's worth spending your time writing more of that kind of content. Or if you have a blog and you also have a podcast, no one's really visiting your blog post, but everyone seems to be loving listening to your podcast and going to those pages. Maybe just do your blog once a month rather than once a week and focus on creating that podcast content. It's all stuff that's really going to help you focus in on doing the right things, working smarter on your online presence to get the people becoming clients, becoming customers. So I review our analytics once a month. I do know there's other people who review their analytics even more than that. Another thing I really like to do with our analytics is more specific to if we've got something that we're launching, or we have got a new product out there, or we've got a workshop we're running or something like that, and we've got a specific landing page out there for it. You can work out your conversion rates as well. So you can go and see how many people have visited that landing page. You know how many people have signed up or bought through that landing page. And from that, you can do your maths and work out how well that page is converting. And then you can think, well, is it converting well enough? Do I need to tweak it? Is there something else I need to do? Or am I sending the wrong audience to it? And actually, I need to be working more on who I'm targeting, who I'm sending there. So yeah, using your analytics can help you in a lot of different ways, but actually getting into that habit again of doing it regularly, at least on a monthly basis, to review those analytics will be really, really helpful for you in making sure that your website is working harder for you. And I think that's the key thing. I think so many people have a business, they feel like they should have a website because people say they should have a website, and they put something out there and then they do just leave it and they don't do anything with it. And then they wonder why they've bothered having a website, because it's not sending any clients or customers to their business. And it seems like it's a bit pointless. But actually, if you get into the habit of doing these fairly simple things on a fairly regular basis, you could see a whole lot of difference in the amount of leads and sales that you have coming in through your website. So I really, really would emphasize get into that habit of actually planning what you're doing with your website, planning your content, planning your changes, putting that regular new content on there, regularly reviewing your analytics and acting on what you're seeing in there. And then you will see a lot of difference in the amount of customers and clients you coming in and getting those leads through your website.
Oh my goodness, Jude. I mean, such useful habits. And I guess for maybe a lot of people, most of those will seem obvious, but it is about actually doing those things consistently, like you say, isn't it? I don't know why I thought it'd be quite a dry kind of recording, but absolutely not with you. I did find a little bit the moment you mentioned analytics, I just thought my eyes have just glazed over suddenly. You know, I'm a creative person. Most people are creative people, but for me, I like, coming up with ideas and playing, and, I like the idea of the Post-its, but I'm not so good at actually putting things down on paper. And clearly I need to be looking at my analytics and finding out what on earth is going on. So thank you so, so much for that. That was absolutely brilliant. And if any of you, like me, have found that really, really useful, then please check out Jude's links. Why am I pointing down there? Because they're going to be below this video. Mine will be there as well. If you've enjoyed it, please just subscribe to the channel. And if you've really, really enjoyed it, why not share it with someone else? It will be really great for more people to listen to what Jude has got to say. So Jude, thank you so, so much for those brilliant, brilliant habits.
Thank you for having me. It's all right.
Pleasure. And thank you everyone else for listening, watching, whatever it is that you do while this is on. Thank you.